One thing up with the Pizzuto family. First of all, this hearing was publicized by statute that required the law to go over December 11th. And the Pizzutos were going to attend December 11th. And they have come when there's a week notice after the nominee is appointed and announced by the governor. And the governor did announce this appointment December 1st. So I just want to clear that up. Just a pleasure to see you. It is a beautiful counselor. I am very proud to you, and I want to thank you for all the time when we met and many times when we talked right up to last night, and I appreciate that. I have some questions prior to you being a judge. How many criminal trials did you first see?
Did I first see? On the prosecutive side, I would say in the ballpark of about 20 federal prosecutors. On the defense side, I think on the defense side, whatever it was as first chair, I think there were about 3, otherwise I could be wrong.
How about civil trials?
Civil trials, there were fewer, and I think there were none, of course, at the attorney's office. I only did criminal. I think there were 2 or 3 on the civil side which reached trial. There were rather administrative hearings which were similar to trial-like, but in terms of civil trials, it was, I think, 2 or 3. But again, I didn't count them before I came. I think that's in the whole time.
Did you ever represent individuals like criminal defendants?
Oh, yes, of course. I represented individuals who were indigent and individuals who could barely afford to pay. Some who could actually afford to pay, but I do remember for at least one of them, the person who actually was acquitted before Judge Toro, he really couldn't afford Palmer and Dodge. We did everything we could to make it affordable, including having them bring a Xerox machine to the conference room and having his daughter do the Xeroxing of documents in order to cut down on the cost. So yes, I've represented indigent defendants. I've represented persons who could barely afford to pay. I've represented some who are corporations who could afford to pay.
Well, I had a question here. Did you do any pro bono or public defender work for that? An individual plaintiff also?
I'm sure the answer is yes, although I can't. Oh, yes, of course, yes, there were some.
All right, now, look, after being a judge, becoming a judge, how many jury trials have you conducted?
As a judge, over 11 years. I would say it has to be over 100. I'd have to go back over my jury instructions on my computer to do that, but a lot.
And how many decisions have you made?
There are in Westlaw, as of December, I think, 228. Those are only the published decisions. All my BLS decisions are published in social law, and I only publish probably 1 in 10 of what I write. So for that, I would have to say in the thousands. Some of them are short, but even longer decisions, I would say, would be in the thousands.
So how much of this work is dedicated to writing?
It varied when I went to the BLS. In the BLS, we try cases, but most of our work is motion-type work. When I'm on trial all day, it becomes actually very difficult to write all the motions because the cases are most of them generally complex. So in the BLS, I did a great deal of writing. I think Chief Justice Rouse is in the ballpark of saying about 100 pages a month. It varied, of course, depending whether I was on trial. I wrote a little bit less